Welcome, Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. This is Bill Mazeroski to T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. There's a lot of good players in the M's. We've already just done Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle, but there's many more to come. Bill Mazeroski, it's not unfortunate, but it's amazing that when I lived in Pittsburgh, until his walk-off homer, he was way more well-known for his sterling defense, his quick hands, and just the best second baseman defensively, perhaps up to that time. And if I still lived near Pittsburgh, I would keep it on my wall. But he's a worthy Hall of Famer, but not in the first rank. Same thing with the stand-ups. Those are great cards. I really think they pop. They're colorful. Bob McAdoo, loved watching him play. Certainly on the offensive side of the ball, pretty unstoppable combination of good shooter and length and all that. Tommy McCarthy, not going to make the wall. Again, I originally had a lot of these Callahans. It's an easy card to pick. It's got bio on the back. He's not going to be deaccessioned, but he's going to be put in the backstock. Bill McCartney, actually maybe better known in some circles for being the co-founder of Promise Keepers, which ran its course. But I knew his son, and he had a great run at Colorado as an inspirational coach. Now, if you think of who's the most famous Colorado football coach, Deion, in a very short time, Deion Sanders is the man there. Whether he'll be there forever, I don't think so. But Willie McCovey, this is autographed, but it's very faint, and I'm trying to figure out if this is my fault. I remember Willie McCovey coming up, I think in late 59, and just nobody could get him out. And so there was a very promising start to his career, and he lived up to it, which doesn't always happen. But I don't think I messed up with this autograph. I think it just there wasn't much ink in the pen, in the ballpoint pen when it was signed. Andrew McCutcheon. This card, I think I got this out of a dollar box. Because if you look at the front of it, until you look at the back and really look at the fine print right up there, it's number 1 of 5. I think I got that for $1. And that would be a record. That would be one of my best dollar box cards. Randall McDaniel, Arizona State, lineman. Again, great, but as I said, a high bar, even the pre-rookie stuff. Wahoo McDaniel, football player and wrestler. So I think that's a conversation piece. But I think it's going to get bumped because I've got other wrestlers in there that I've already been through. George McGinnis, talk about a wrestler. It wasn't a wrestler, but I wouldn't want to tangle with him. He certainly was a physical specimen, just an amazing guy. He was fast and strong and big and a worthy Hall of Famer now. These ABA guys didn't always get full credit for their excellence until the leagues merged. Joe McGinnity, I just overdid it on the Callahans at the beginning. So this is an 8, which is not a bad card, but it's not going to make the grade. So I'll put it back, and I'll have some other guys that didn't quite make it that I could bring out on request. T-Mac, this is the card I'm choosing. It's the Warp Tech version of the Game Day, and it is a very tough card. This is like a case hit. Actually, the case hits of the cards that are in a series, that in a case you get one of them, and if there's 12 or 18 or 20 cards in that insert set, and you've got the one per case, that means you got to get 20 cases, or however many cases is how many numbers there are. It's very tough. I'll probably keep this up because at a glance you can notice the Warp Tech treatment that Skybox did at that point. This was in the creative late 90s that they were doing. And then finally, which I'm not going to use, this again, I love the Metal Universe cards, but not compared to the Warp Tech. T-Mac, he just was really tough when he'd come down the court against the Mavs. I just remember when he was on the Rockets, he'd bring the ball up court, and you just couldn't stop him. He could drive the basket, or he could go up and over. He just was an offensive machine and a threat. If he was on, then you were in trouble. He was a little bit like Kobe Bryant, although maybe not as defensively strong, perhaps. At any rate, that's it. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back again probably in a little while with another episode.